And I'm so tired of doing the beginning of this game. Yeah, I would much rather lose the run to, like... Heck, I don't know anything else. Oh my god, these stupid cutscenes. Well, how are you tonight, Stellar?
Oh, Nobita!
I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty alright. I would love to get a run going. But other than that, I'm doing good. I had a marathon run 2 days ago. Or yesterday. I'm running a marathon tomorrow. Well, today as well. Doing some Sneak King in that. And I'm also teching it. Which, that's been fun. I ran yesterday for Power Spring 2021. I did Chameleon Twist all levels. I got a PB, actually. Which was pretty cool. 2104. Neat. And, yeah, I'm running Sneak King for it tomorrow at, like, 8 or 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, you get plenty of time to chill in this game. Oh, it's called Power Spring. I think the name of the Twitch channel is Powerhouse. I could be wrong on that. That's stuck. That sucks. We got stuck on the geometry. Dude, what? How did I get another gold? Yeah, my Sneak King run was a bonus incentive run. I'm also doing a glitch exhibition at the end of it for the game. That'll take like 5 minutes. It's just a couple silly things. But, yeah. I'm also running on April 29th for Velocity Online. I'm doing Chameleon Twist any percent. And, at least one WCW NWO Revenge. They have a second WCW NWO Revenge run as a bonus run. So if that incentive gets met, I'll be doing 2 WCW NWO Revenge runs, which I'm pretty happy about. Really? Yeah, I ran Sneak King at a marathon actually a couple weeks ago. Or no, about a week ago for Horrible Games, I think is the name of it. or no, horrible games. So the theme was scary games and bad games. And then I'm running Sneak King tomorrow, and then hopefully I don't run it again for a while. I really not that interested in the game at the moment, to be honest. It's just nobody is doing anything with it at all, which that's kind of the case with this game. But this game's still a little more fresh to my eyes, so I'm not as jaded about it or something, I guess. Hard to get a copy of what? Do you mean Doraemon, the game I'm playing right now? Nice, I did that better. Sneak King? Sneak King's not hard to get a copy of, man. You can get it on eBay for like a couple bucks. No, it's not rare at all, dude. It's not rare or valuable. You can get all 3 of the Burger King games on eBay for like less than $10. For real. I have 2 copies of Sneak King. If you want a copy of Sneak King, send me money for shipping and I will mail you a copy of Sneak King. If you'll run it. If you have something you can play it on. I welcome it.
Wait, I thought you had a 3rd copy.
You're right, I do have a 3rd copy. So, I'll still have 2 copies. Yeah, dude, it's like, it's nothing. Find an auction selling all 3 of them. You might as well. Like, it's not gonna be any more expensive, really. I mean, it will be minorly, but... Some things to note about Sneak King, getting into it. I don't know if this applies to the other 2 Burger King games, but I know it applies to Sneak King. It's faster to play it on an original Xbox, which is really dumb and awful, I know. But it is what it is. That being said, it's not that much faster. You save about a minute to 2 minutes with load times, depending on what category you're doing. Well, it's interesting because there's one other game that's like that, and that's SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, actually. It's faster to play it on an Xbox, and to be very specific, the runners of that game have figured out which version of the original Xbox is the fastest. It's one with a particular type of Samsung disk drive, which is really funny, so that may apply to Sneak King as well, but the community's so small, there's no point in getting buried that deep in semantics. They also discovered that there's a type of clip in the game that is easier to do if your disc is damaged a particular way. And I'm not joking. There's a particular pattern you can smudge your fingers in that will allow this one particular trick to buffer the right way in the game. And before they run the game, I'm not even joking, at least on the top level. I'm dead serious. It's mind-boggling to me. It was discovered on accident. Somebody was trying to figure out how one particular person was getting their tricks, this one trick consistently. And and they had them send pictures of their setup and realized that their disc was almost roached, and was like, I wonder if that makes a difference. So they smudged up their disc, and it did make a difference. And they were like, oh, well, that's interesting. And it's one particular trick where you have to... It involves some kind of thing where the game has to slow down and lag just the right way so you can clip through something or something like that. And if the disc is smudged, it lags a little more, which is, that's just... That's insane. Oh yeah, big fat gold split. You like to see that. You know, I've got the beginning of the run real good and solid as a result of this.
Even if you're resetting some,
Well, you know, it raises an interesting question, Stellar, because... Like, what about with, like, cartridge tilting?
でも打つのはやばいことです。怪我でもしたら大変なことになります。
Well, hey, that's what Ocarina or Paper Mario has going on right now. You can do arbitrary code execution in Paper Mario by doing arbitrary code execution in Ocarina of Time and then playing Paper Mario. Like, what? It's like, what is happening in speedrunning these days? It's kind of scary.
thing you know, we'll be playing Animal Crossing during Doraemon.
Yeah, that's a thing, man. It's called Paper Mario Stop and Swap, is the name of the category. You start off playing Paper Mario, and then you do some code execution stuff, then you switch to Ocarina of Time, but you have to have an expansion pack to do all this. But neither of the games use an expansion pack, which I think is hilarious. You do some arbitrary code execution stuff in Ocarina of Time that writes data into the expansion pack, then you have 2 seconds to switch the games out, and it loads data into Paper Mario, and then you do arbitrary code execution again in Paper Mario to access the data that's in the expansion pack, and then it quick loads the credits. There you go. That's the TLDR for what's going on there. None of the Paper Mario players are happy about it. And I wouldn't be either. Like, more of the run is spent playing Ocarina of Time than Paper Mario. So, can you even call it a Paper Mario speedrun, or is it an Ocarina of Time speedrun with Paper Mario elements? Like, I don't know. Most of the run is cutscenes in Ocarina of Time. Like... You know, you get to a point where you have to ask yourself, what does that even mean? Ocarina of Time needs to do that too. The SRM category for that only had 2 runners, and one of them's basically already quit. It kind of had a 3rd runner, very briefly, but it's such an advanced category. It should be its own category. It's like the penultimate version of 100%. Kind of like a max percent sort of thing or something, if that makes any sense. Well, it's turned away a lot of 100% runners already, and some of the people that switched to SRM switched back just because it was so stressful. And I get it, because it's like, it's not even the same game anymore. It's almost like I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. Obviously, you've watched it, though, so you know what I'm saying. Do I think it's neat and cool? Yes. Do I think we should research it more and see what all we can do with it? Absolutely. But I feel like there's a hard limit to where we can really go at this point with something like that. It is its own category. Thank God. Could you imagine if that was the new any percent category? So in order to learn Paper Mario any percent, you also had to learn how to do Ace and Ocarina of Time. Like, could you imagine if that was a thing? That would be
Faster?
yeah.
That's faster?
Yeah, you could. That's the fastest way to get to the credits in Paper Mario. That's yeah.
That's just wrong.
You can do it. You can do it in under 40 minutes. Dude, we got bad RNG again in here. Didn't matter that much, but. Alright, let's not get lost this time. Please, God. Dude. Terrible. That shot is so finicky. Like that, and the switches hitbox and stuff, it's so finicky, dude. It was much better on the previous run. I would rather mess that up, though, than mess up the very first platform in the game. Okay, are we going to get lost again? So it's right. We did not. Hallelujah.
I was holding my breath.
Some of the geometry in this game just looks so similar, and you just zone out, you know, like, it's just, it is what it is. There's one other place later in the game that I definitely could get lost, but it's more open and easier to, like, correct yourself in, if that makes any sense. Yeah, dude, I literally think it was just like some kind of like stigmatism thing or something that was getting me lost there for those couple runs, because you see that quick turning hallway and stuff. I don't know what it was. Like, that's such a dumb thing to lose a run to, but it is what it is. I'll be completely real, I have no idea what our pace is now. Had really bad switch shot. Everything else went pretty good, though. Yes. order memorized, naturally. Kind of a meh boss. Alright, we have to sleep twice here.
Get to do that before the split.
21 seconds ahead.
Wow.
Not a gold split either. Alright, we have to book it. I'm kind of surprised it's not a gold split as well. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Is you is, or is you ain't, my baby. Again, we're not even to the stuff that saves time yet. I'm just running better. Which is cool. But we're starting to get to the things that save time, and my route begins to deviate. Ugh. Sub 1 hour probably isn't tonight. I don't think the new strats are gonna save that much time. 104 though is pretty likely if I finish the run and nothing crazy happens. Even with some less than desirable gameplay, we can pull it off.
I think the sub 1 hour is gonna happen. I agree with Stellar.
No. Sub 1 hour is not tonight. I'm third into the run and I'm only 20 seconds ahead.
Haven't even hit any of the time save.
I've hit a little bit of the time save now. Just a little bit because of it being an easy mode. The bosses and enemies in the first dungeon had a little less health. But I lost like 4 or 5 seconds to that switch as well.
I have faith in the speedrunning gods.
RNGesus. Alright, come on, mushrooms. I gotta focus. That was gorgeous.
That was gorgeous. How much does RNGesus affect this one?
RNGesus doesn't affect this run too terribly much, but there are definitely some notable examples. The biggest example is the third boss, and I think the third boss is RNG. I've also never fought the third or final boss on easy mode. But I've fought enough of the stuff in the game
Yeah, you don't even know.
to know that it is going to save time.
Did that get rid? Was there an RNGesus emote?
Looks that way. I didn't even know there was an RNGesus emote. That's pretty cool though. A little bit of a time loss there. Okay, here's where some of the new stuff kicks in.
Oh, is this where you have to talk to that kid?
I need to focus. I have some route changes here, and I need to focus on them. So I'm gonna not be talking for a few moments. Well, I might talk, but it's only going to be about what I'm doing. Me apologies. So we're going to go to the chief's house, talk to the chief, sleep in his bed, save game, reset. We're gonna lose time on this split as a result, But it's good. This is gonna gain us time later to do this now, like this extra sleep right here. Got stuck on a chair just a moment. Very, very minor time loss. Okay, now things have to go good. Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, I did. I lost a bunch of time from that, but we have a major problem. The NPCs are going to do something different than they normally do. Yes,
That could be good or that could be horrible.
it's going to be horrible. We're going to lose the run. Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't. They did the right thing. So I did lose some time exiting that area because I kind of just got confused. Normally, the NPC, you won't see him walking out of that house. If you notice, as soon as I left the house and was going to that next area, there was an NPC leaving a house. Normally, he won't be there on this cycle. And that's where the kid is on this cycle now. So the kid is somewhere different. But trust me, all this will make sense very shortly.
That's a good reason to get rid of the anger, at least.
Okay, so we could have saved even more time there. Looks like my new strat actually saves a little more time than I thought there. He says he agrees with you. Hopefully they find a replacement for the emote. I agree. Come on. Yeah. So if you fall off that mushroom, it gives you a little boost forward. I have no idea how much time that saves either. Very small time save I found. Okay. Here is the next time save. So I essentially routed talking to the NPCs in slightly different locations. Well, the last NPC. So I could do this a bit of a certain way. Normally we have to go all the way to the top of the village to talk to the chief. I eliminated a whole wing of stairs with the way that I have done this. We should see him be coming down the stairs right when we're getting here. He gives us the key. Then we grab this, because we need it for later. We can just let the clock pass for now, but I do need to switch it back to slow time soon. I'll probably do that as we're coming out of the maze. Actually, I'm going to do it when we grow the beanstalk to eliminate a pause. Oh, I missed the mushroom. That really sucks. It's okay. Minor. Okay, maze. I'll read what you said in just a second, Stellar. I want to get out of this maze. I need to remember to switch the time back to slow when I grow the beanstalk. I cannot forget to do that or else we are screwed. Got snagged on some geometry there, and then I went the wrong way. Small. During. Like that. I eliminate pausing my game an extra time. Come on, Beanstalk. Nice. Okay. Sometimes learning a lesson about gravity and momentum is a good thing, dude. Alright, so now we take the flower to the little girl. And all that requires is that right there. You don't even actually have to press anything for that flag. It just does it on its own, which is kind of weird. Oh, I stopped moving for a second. Wait a minute, are you kidding me? Dude, I'm way ahead. What the heck happened? What the heck happened? I'm not as ahead as I thought, actually. Hold on. We gotta sleep 6 times. Let's not lose count. People count with me. 1. 2. 3. 4. And we slowed time back down. 5. We're on 5, yes? 5. I lose count so easy on, like, the dumbest things. 6. 'Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And it was the correct amount. Cool. I was a little worried that 6 wasn't the right amount, but it was. We're on win day, and we're all good to go. Oh, sweet. Thanks for the 6, Stellar. Unfortunately, we have to climb this whole village, like, 2 more times anyway. Well, 1.5 more times. Yeah, we're past the point of no return on resets. Hopefully the second dungeon goes well. It can sometimes be a bit of a train wreck. Alright, we're gonna jump all the way down. Woo! This is the only part of the game that forces you to play as a different character other than the main beginning when you don't have all the characters. Also, there's no way to go into a character select screen, like, on your own. You have to go to a place that, like, prompts it. It's really dumb. We only have to go up the beanstalk 1 more time as well, which is good. Beyond that, there's 2 other platforming sections that can be pretty tricky. Ooh, we about fell there. It would have been a very small time loss, but we didn't fall, which is the point. I hate this part of the game. It's just so very obviously padding. It's like, oh, we need a specific item. I wonder where it is. And then the character's like, well, I saw something like that back near the start of the game. And the other character's like, I'll go get it. And, like, you go get it and walk back and you encounter nothing. Other than, like... No, it's not there at the start. Right here it is. That's all we came here for. And now we go all the way back. With a cutscene in the middle. 2 cutscenes in the middle. One of the cutscenes is really funny, though, in my opinion. That's not padding, it's adventure. They want you to be immersed.
It's a good adventure without a little boring crap.
Next split is really far away. Alright. Cutscene time.
Is this the funny one?
No. The next one's the funny one.
一人のようね。あなた、急いでいるようだけど、何かいいものでも見つけたのかしら。キュン。
It's like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot you with a gun. Thank goodness that Muppet saved us. I like the way he's looking at it like you what? How dare you? Alright, and then we use the cell phone item. He calls the party. And we lose a little bit of time to switch back to Sue because I'm a psycho. And we gotta play as Sue or I'll die. And, it's kind of like high-fiving Ellie in The Last of Us. You lose like 2 seconds. But you do it anyway. It's like a courtesy thing. Ladies first. So yeah, then we have to go get him. No, the dude. Forgot about that text box. This cutscene. It's called the item I use there. The item I use there is called the voice solidifier. And he apparently just yelled something and it became solid matter. Like that's literally what's actually happening. Like canonically what is going on there in that scene. So that's kind of cheeky. Nice. Real nice. Alright, we're coming up on the other section of the game I might can get lost in if I don't keep my head about me. Oh, come on. That could have been way worse. And I hope you guys will miss it. The last descent up this stupid village. Our last climb. Someone play Miley Cyrus as The Climb. That was my class song. Okay. It's because I have the brightness up really high on my TV. That's actually more correct, what you're seeing on the computer screen. So we don't even use this kite, we just fix it. And it makes this NPC explain to us, like, that we need it to be wind day, and we need something to speed us up. And he's like, I got something like that in my house. So we don't even need what he actually has. We just need his information. And he doesn't remember it until we, you know, fix his kite for some reason. Ah. It's crazy how much faster these stupid shoes make you. Like, once you really start looking at the movement, it's like, whoa. Yes, this is intentional. Okay, I could get lost right here. Pretty easily. I actually minorly got lost on my PB here. I'm sure you can see why. I'm sure you can see why just looking at it. Yeah, I'm gonna focus for just a moment here. Once I get past this first part, we're good to go. Okay, don't get lost on the way out of this area. No, I did! Very minor time loss. That sucks, though. I did the same thing on my PB, except for I got lost on the way to the switch instead of on the way back from the switch. It's just so easy to get turned around in some of this stuff, like... That's really the last part of the run that can happen in. There's one other minor place at the end of the game that's supposed to be more like a maze, but it's super short and super easy to remember, like, where to go. It actually looks worse, though, than the other ones in the game. Like, if you don't know where to go in that one, it's really bad. But I've very, very accurately figured out where to go in that one because it's at the end of the game. Yeah, that little minor moment where I got lost probably lost us 5 to 8 seconds, something like that. I didn't stay lost very long. It was a quick recovery. Alright, Dungeon 2. This dungeon has the hardest platforming in it and such, and I'm dreading it. I have some definite time save here over my PB, though. That was good. Can you hand me something to drink, please? I really don't know what our pace is right now out of this section. We'll find out. And that's all we use those gloves for in the whole run. No, seriously, we're never using these gloves again. We would use them again in 100%. Nope. Oh, and actually they aren't cosmetic. We're about to unequip them. And equip these. There you go. That's it. Nailed that switch. That was good. Okay, now's when this dungeon starts to get a little trickier. Not that. this. And then this. That was really good. And just to be safe, we're going to grab the safety health. This section's easy. Cutscene. Really good second dungeon so far, but we're not to the hardest area. That's the last room. It's rough. There's one jump in particular. If I hit the jump, we're golden. Forgot about those. I can save quite a bit of time in the very last split as well. We aren't there yet. Okay, focus time. Yeah, oh no! It's alright, I took the safe way. Small time loss. I got that in my PB. But we should save time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll save time there. Because on normal mode that takes 4 hits. So we'll gain a little bit of that back. We're just going to damage boost through this one. The other one is just in kind of just the right position where you can't do that. We're going to equip our gun. Whoops, before we go in. I really don't know what our pace is at the moment. Second dungeon went okay. I missed 2 jumps. Yeah, that's way faster and easy. You have to wait for him to lower down like that. Dumbly enough. You might can jump a little sooner, but rather than just waste time, I just let him do his thing. Did I grab that item on top of that barrel? Oh, thank God. That was in the house just now.
I'm fairly positive you did.
We're about to find out.
Did he spell it?
I did. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Left, right, left, right. This is the last maze in the game, and that's all we need to know is left, right, and then I'm good. Then we need the third dungeon to go okay. And we need the last boss to go okay. Left, right, left, rock, yep, right, we're gonna grab this, right, left. There we go. That was really good. That was a good section there, which I mean it's not a very difficult section. There's no obstacles really other than just knowing where to go, but still it looks very similar and awful as you saw. If the third dungeon goes well, we could 103 with this run. I don't really know how much easier the third boss and the final boss is going to be in terms of time save, but we're consistently saving time on every split at the moment, so hopefully I can keep up the pace. Set a good new record.
Once you start figuring out exactly where all those little hitboxes that you get stuck on and stuff.
That's very small stuff, obviously, but yeah.
That'll add up, of course. But
Oops.
it's just gonna be a matter of playing more. I like the way she looks when she's doing that.
I actually skipped a cutscene trigger just now. Or a text box trigger. Somehow. Yeah. I have no idea. Just short hopping through that. So, I just did a time save on accident. That I didn't even know about. I hopped straight through, like, a series of text boxes.
I thought I broke it for a minute. I thought I touched the cord and I broke it.
You were gonna be pissed, weren't you?
Yeah.
We're on a good pace, though. I'd be very curious to see what my sum of best is after this run, no matter how it goes in the end. Although, it's going to be pretty hard not to PB, as long as one particular room in the third dungeon goes okay. Unfortunately, we do have to grab that computer thing. So, that's like a second of time loss just to step out of the way and grab it. But you have to grab it for the story flag to advance. There is one time save in this area that I know is possible that I'm not doing because it's very tricky, and right now it only saves like it saves like 12 seconds overall, and I'm not going for it at the moment.
Not practiced enough.
It's not even a practice thing. There's not really a consistent reference point.
Is it the trick that the other guy did?
Yes. And it's right here where I'm at right now. Right there, you could jump across without going to the platform I just went to. Saves...
Not consistent.
No, it's consistent if you know where to jump and stuff. But it's also a very hard jump. And
What?
that was strange, guys. We clipped through the cloud. The platform was there and rendered. You saw the character landed on it for a second. So, you've seen it here first, folks. Gonna lose time on this split. I gotta remember to talk to one particular NPC on the way back. That's seriously all we came here to do, was talk to that guy. He tells us that the thieves have went inside the temple. Which should be obvious, but, you know. Sometimes people have to explain things to you like you're 2 years old. We talk to this guy. He gives us an item. Alright, come on.
Ooh.
And then...
Ooh.
you can make that jump, both of those jumps I just did, the other way as well. But it's much harder the other way. It's much harder the other way. I'm gonna do one of them when I go back, but not the other. Alright, last dungeon. Crap. Here we go. Got stuck on the door frame. Nice. I love this, he sings.
I like the subtitles for the singing.
Look, they like wave.
Ironically, it matches his voice. Aww.
we lost some time there. I knew we would. Alright, most of this dungeon is actually really easy. No. I'm moving the camera. So I'm making the angles that you're seeing. For the most part. Some rooms kind of have a preset camera, some rooms don't. I don't know how much easier this mini boss is going to be on easy mode. We are about to find out. It's the hardest boss in the game by far. It's so difficult that I'm going to go on a monologue during the fight. Sometimes I think games are a proper allegory and/or metaphor to society. And this is one such example. When it's simply spoon-fed to you and you can just hold a button down and win. So in easy mode, way shorter. Really excited to see what the final boss has in store for us now. We're about to probably have a pretty fat PB if things go okay at the end of this dungeon. Which we're very rapidly approaching the end. I don't care, damage me. Oh, these don't shoot in easy mode, are you kidding me? Alright, here's the only time we're gonna use this item. Literally. Oops. Hitbox is kind of weird on that thing. Alright, this next room is where we can lose some serious time if things don't go okay. I'm hoping easy mode means it's easier. And it does. I fell there on my PB. Just going ahead and switch into grenades for the boss fight. We are way ahead. We can't sub 1 already.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't know that. This one's gonna be easier.
This boss is going to take more than a minute. And there's more than a minute of cutscenes before the final boss, like as we're going to it. If you could hit this thing more consistently in this phase, you'd be good to go, but it's RNG. Quick kill? Yeah, we got the quick kill. Nice. This cutscene is so tedious. Yeah, we definitely can't sub 1 hour. We won't even sub 1 hour getting into the final boss.
I'm going to be slower.
So we just gained like 20 seconds of time because I didn't screw that up just now. Really frustrating to have one of your biggest time saves be something like that. Like you just warped to the wrong location. Final boss time.
You did sub 1 hour getting people.
Not exactly. As I said, there's hour, Oh, the dream is real. We're finding time saves and bringing it lower, which is the goal. Yeah, and there's some things to clean up in this run.
So it's definitely
A good 30 or 40 seconds of just little errors that I could clean up probably. Which over the course of an hour run, that's pretty good. Of course, the final boss has to go well too. Naturally. I'm expecting a 103. Weirdly enough. If not, a low 104. Love how many,
just kill it with guns.
you love how many cutscenes there are
No, I don't.
before the final boss. And yeah, this is probably going to be pretty fat. If, barring a couple things, if I don't fall during the first phase of the final boss, we should be good. I gotta switch to my gun, and I'm gonna go ahead and heal. I normally don't go to the right. Three. Yes. 2 is the hardest phase. We just lost more than 10 seconds. Maybe more than 15 or 20. We can't damage it from down here. How's that for done? We could have done this in 2 trips up instead of 3. Oh my god, are you kidding me, dude?
How did you do that?
I don't know how it did that. I really don't. Like, I don't even know what hit me. I didn't see anything hit me.
Yeah, you didn't move. Wait a minute, you just went through that other platform or something. Does someone go like transport?
Some real time to save on the final boss. Some real time to save. Got a 104 though. 103, definitely possible. Yeah, 103 is very possible. I agree, Stellar. 102, probably, but that would be like a god run.
I think there would have to be some other like massive strat come along to get to hit that. So,
Yeah, sub 1 hour is going to take finding some new things. Still, this route definitely saves some time, because there were mistakes here. That final boss was just embarrassing. Could have gotten a 103 had I not fell in the second phase.
パパがいつも言ってるの。綺麗な宝石が似合う。レディー大好き。
Yeah.
だから。
Also, had you have come out of the granny sleep too a little bit better, it probably would have helped you out. Because you lost like 4 seconds there, I think.
Let's see what the new sum of best is. 104.07. So my sum of best still isn't a 103. Still, that's a world record. And broke a minute barrier. So, one idea I have to save time is there's a weapon you can get in the second dungeon that I don't get that has a homing shot. For normal mode, it's basically useless because everything has just enough health to where even if you manage to graze something that's moving with it, it doesn't add up. It's weaker than the regular gun. However, on easy mode, I've not tested it. So that bodes some potentiality. There's also a Shockwave Gun that you can use.
Yeah, on easy mode,
On easy mode, some of the other weapons might be useful.
Yeah.
Well, one of the weapons isn't really out of the way at all. It's like 3 seconds out of the way. So if it, like, greatly makes a boss, like, easier or something, especially the third boss. If I could find a way to kill the third boss much faster, like, before it even gets to its third cycle, that would be cool. But you've seen it. It's just all those balls bouncing around, and it's RNG, best I can tell. So I really don't... I just kind of hope for the best, and when it gets to its third phase, I quick kill it by throwing grenades right at where it's trying to assimilate itself, essentially. The final boss could go much better. Those 2 falls cost me 20 to 30 seconds. Easily. Maybe even more. We're going to choose to not save. I'm also going to end recording.